Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny and today I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup, drugstore makeup. Makeup that has been very popular on the internet, and I decided I want to try it out too, see if it's really worth the hype everybody's been talking about. We got a little bit of Milani, we got some banana powder, we have some NYX, we have some CoverGirl, more Milani. We got lashes. I got some contour and I got some foundation. A little bit of everything. I'm going to test it out to see if it's really worth the hype. So if you want to know what the hype is about, keep watching the video. Oh, don't forget, grab some snacks, grab your drink, just because it's going to be a long video. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny and I'm glad to see you coming to check this video out today. So I did have to go to 3 different stores to find all the makeup that I wanted to use, or most of it, whatever I could find on the shelves. But I did go to Walmart, Target, and Walgreens to find everything that I needed for this makeup look. Most of this makeup is new, and a lot of it I've been seeing on TikTok. People have been hyping it up on the internet and social media. So I wanted to go ahead and give some of these things a try. So I'm going to take everything out of the packaging and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so now that I got most of the things out of the packaging, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to clip my hair back some, just so my hair is not in the way. I found these cute little butterfly clips at Target. I don't know if any of you remember these from back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I used to love wearing these when I was in school. So I seen these and I had to pick them up. There's a little 6-pack, and I think they were $6, which is kind of spendy for 6 clips, little clips, but they were so cute I couldn't pass them up. I'm sure you could find these on Amazon or Claire's or something for cheaper, but they were cute. I had to get them. So anyways, now that my hair is back, you can see all my flaws. I do not have perfect skin. I mean, I'm sure many people don't. So I just wanted to go ahead and see how good of a makeup look we can create with all these drugstore products. So let's go ahead and get started. I did already prep my skin. Every time I wash my face, I make sure to do my usual eye cream, lotion. I did find this lotion from one of my favorite skincare brands, and it's by Simple. It's the Hydrating Light Moisturizer, and it is very hydrating, very, it feels really smooth on the skin, and I love it. I know there was like a cleanser that they used to have, and I have not been able to find it, and that was like my favorite facial cleanser, and I'm pretty sad that they don't have it anymore, or I don't know if it's just not in the stores. I'll have to check the website out. But for sure, I think this one was only $2 something for this little pouch, and it's really cute. You just unscrew it and screw it back on when you're done. But so far, my first time trying this one, I like it, and I'm going to keep using it. So for the next step, I'm going to go in with the Milani Bright Side Illuminating Primer with vitamin C and provitamin B5. This is a illuminating base. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if the glare is kind of... So I'm not much of a primer user, just because I feel like my foundation clings onto my skin when I have it nice and moisturized. I don't really like to have a primer on. But for this video today, we are going to try it out. And it looks like this, and it kind of has a little bit of a tan, or like a beige tone to it. And this is supposed to be hydrating, from what it says. Creamy lotion texture, radiant finish, enhanced with vitamin C, provitamin B5, and jojoba oil. So yeah, I do have the NYX. I don't know if this is another one that's been really popular on the internet. I like it. It's okay. I mean, for the price point, I think it's like $14, and I don't think it's that good that it should be that much. But I do have that one, and I also have the e.l.f. one that's supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Gripping Primer. And same thing, I've tried the Milk Gripping Primer, and I like that one more than that e.l.f. dupe. But I guess for every skin type, some people's skin react to certain products better than others. So I guess you just kind of got to try things out and see how it works for your skin. And from what I'm looking in the mirror, I see that this is giving me a nice illuminating glow. And it feels a little tacky. Make sure when you are putting your primer on that you let it sit on your skin for at least a good minute just before you start applying. That way it kind of sits onto your skin and it's not moving your foundation around when you start to apply. So for foundation, I am very picky when it comes to foundation. And I have my favorite drugstore foundation, which is the Revlon Superstay. But I decided to give this one a try, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, the 24-hour wear. And it is actually matte finish, oil free. So I love a matte finish and I do love oil free foundations. So I wanted to try this one out. I don't know if I got the right shade, just because I feel like the packaging is always kind of changes the color of the foundation before you can actually see what it looks like out of the packaging. So that's the shade. The one I got is 106 Sun Beige. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to go in and dot this on my face. Just to start. And then I'm going to go in with my Sonia Kashuk sponge. Like I said, I don't know if I've said it yet, but I do not really like beauty blenders. I am more of a brush person, but for the sake of the video, I wanted to try this beauty blender, this makeup sponge out. This is from Sonia Kashuk. It is latex free, so that's good if you have latex allergies. This one is latex free, and I did get this one from Target. So now that I got my foundation on my face, I'm just going to tap a little bit onto the back of the sponge, and I'm just going to go ahead and start patting that all over. And I would say that is a pretty decent match. I mean, it is a little yellow, but we'll make it work. Okay, you guys, so I got the foundation on, and I'm just kind of pouncing it back as much as I can just to get it on as good as I would like it. I'd have to say the foundation match is pretty good, so I did a good job with that. I don't know if it's the foundation and a mixture of the primer, but I am pretty impressed. As you can see, the way my face looked in the beginning, most of my foundation is covering most of my imperfections, and my skin from in the mirror, it looks really, I mean, it is a matte foundation, so it is mattifying my skin. I don't see too much of a glow from the primer. I kind of lost all that glow when I applied the matte foundation, but I feel like it gave it a good base. So my foundation is sticking on really well. And I actually, sorry, excuse me, I actually like this sponge. It is a little hard, so I mean, you kind of will feel it hitting your skin, but I mean, it laid my foundation down really nicely. I'm surprised because usually I use this e.l.f. foundation brush, or it's actually a powder brush, but I use it to pack on my foundation. And I tried it a little bit and I noticed it wasn't keeping my product in place. It was kind of smearing it around. So I had to go back in with this sponge, and it went ahead and placed the foundation, you know, nicely. So definitely do like this one, and I'm going to keep using it. Maybe the sponges I was using before were not as good as this one, because I actually like this one. So far I'm loving the foundation. The primer feels nice and smooth, and it does give you a little bit of illuminating to your face. I mean, I did lose a little bit of it with the foundation, but I still see a little bit of illuminating through the foundation. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with this Wet n Wild makeup stick. And this one, I don't think it's new, but it's not one that I see very much on in videos and stuff like that on here. So I'm not one to really contour, but I seen it, and for the price, I mean, I had to pick it up and try it out. So for this one, I'm just gonna grab the stick and I'm just gonna contour a little bit. So I'm just gonna do, I don't have a very big forehead, so I'm just gonna do a little bit here, you know, the jawline, nose, just kind of, just a very little, just more for bronzing, I think, just to give my bronzer a base. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna grab my sponge and I'm just gonna blend it out. Let's see how good this blends out. And I will link everything down as I usually do in the description box, just so you can see where I got each product. Now, I'm not really a fan of contouring. It is a little, I don't know if it's just the foundation, because it is matte, it's making a little, making me work a little harder to blend it out, but it's not looking too bad. Easy product to use, and I do believe there was a darker shade. Like I said, I don't contour much, but if you really love the contour, I mean, this is very easy. I mean, it doesn't look patchy. It blended out nice. So, I mean, I recommend it, and I'll keep using it some more just to see, you know, if I like it 100%. But, I mean, not bad for, I mean, I don't really contour much, but not bad. Not bad for a Wet n Wild product. So, for the next product I'm going to use, I am going to go with the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Concealer. Now, I know everybody loves the Camo, the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and this is the one I actually use every day, and I love it. It's very hydrating, and it doesn't crease. It's not very creasy once you set it nicely. So, but I wanted to try something different, so I'm going to go in with this one, and I got the shade Light 15. So, I'm just going to use this one. I don't like to apply too much. I'm just going to use it just to lighten up my dark eyes pigmentation and a little bit of a base for my eyeshadows. So I'm just going to set that there, and then I'm going to blend it in. Let's try the point here. I can already tell I am not really liking this one. I mean, it's not really covering much. I could still see the darkness. Maybe if you use a peachy under eye corrector. I was looking for that Milani. It's the Milani eye concealer primer, I think, and it was from this line. But everywhere I looked, I could not find it. It was sold out everywhere. So, yeah, this concealer I am not impressed with. I still see all the darkness in my under eyes, and it's just not, no, that's definitely not it. And it feels, I mean, it sets pretty well. It's not very sticky. So, I mean, I feel like maybe if I would have got a peachier tone, it would have worked better, but no. I am going to go in with my favorite, which is the 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And this one, it has a more peachy tint to it, so maybe that's why I like this one. This one will definitely get rid of my darkness. So I'm just going to put some of that one on, and I really don't like this sponge for blending out concealer on my eye. Like, I feel like I gotta really work it in there. As you can see, it kind of concealed a little more of my dark under eyes. I'm just gonna go in with a brush to get in there because that sponge is kind of big, so you have to work a little harder to get in to your inner eye. And that helped. It got rid of the darkness. Always make sure to use a peachy tone if you want to tone down the darkness in your under eye and eyelid. So that looks a lot better. I don't see too much of the darkness. So I don't know about that Super Stay by Maybelline. So I'm just going to go over it with this sponge and blend it in. So now for the next product, I am going to use, actually these two are the next two I'm going to use, which is this Real Techniques microfiber powder sponge, and it says it's new. So I did get it wet a little bit just to get it a little more moist for the application of the powder, so it's not too powdery under my eyes. So this one is, like I said, a powder sponge with foam technology paired with proprietary velvety material for evenly blended powder. So this is meant to apply your powder. It's very soft and spongy, so yeah, we'll give that one a try. And then I'm going to go in with this one. I've been seeing a lot on TikTok, which is the Lasting Fix Banana Translucent Setting Powder. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour some of that on the top. Oh, be careful with that. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush or my sponge and kind of coat it. And I'm going to go ahead and look up and apply. So this is supposed to be smoothing and brightening. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of sponges to set my powder. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to go in with a brush. I'm just going to use this fluffy powder brush. And I'm just going to swipe it and kind of set my eyes and a little bit on my forehead. This foundation is already pretty matte, and I feel like I don't need to set it as much. But I'm just going to set a little bit just to keep my oils in, not seeping out of my pores as much. Or you know how powder kind of helps soak up the oils from your foundation in your face. So I do like how it looks under the eyes. I mean, I do have a little bit of creasing, and obviously I'm 33 and I've always had kind of creasy eyes just because that's just the way my eyes are. So I'm kind of looking, I mean, it looks good. It didn't really brighten much. I don't notice much of a difference for brightening, but it did smooth it out some. So I'll keep using that. I mean, it's not bad. So for the next thing I've been seeing a lot is this Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. And I'm just going to use this powder to set the rest of my foundation. Like I said, I don't think I need to set too much just because this foundation is pretty matte. And it doesn't feel very sticky wherever I didn't apply the powder. So you could probably get away with not setting this foundation. But just because I like foundation, or I like to set my foundation no matter what, just because I am oily, I like to feel like my foundation is set in place. So I just tapped a little bit of that in the top, and I'm taking that same fluffy brush and I'm just going to dust it. And this one is actually a little lighter than, it feels like it's giving me a brighter look than the setting powder I use under my eyes. So I'm just going to go over that. And I set my whole face, my neck, like I said. And then I feel like that helps too when you're wearing a mask. If you have a little bit of powder on, it kind of helps your mask slide along your face so it's not rubbing off too much of your foundation. You guys, I am really liking this powder. Usually I use the Airspun powder because that one really does absorb my oils well. But this one is really smoothing out my skin. It's really giving you, kind of gives you that filtered look. I am noticing a little bit of creasing and separation already by my smile lines and below my, on the side of my lips. And I'm not liking that, and I usually don't get that. So I don't know if that's part of the foundation or because usually when I do my foundation, I set right away. So maybe just because I've been talking and kind of explaining the products to you, maybe it's giving my foundation a little more time to settle into lines and dry spots, but I don't know. This powder, okay, so now that I got that powder set the way I want it, I'm just going to go over with this sponge and just kind of dab it all over my face just to kind of help that powder set into my face so it doesn't look too dry. And that kind of helps. So now I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows. My eyebrows, I don't do too much just because I don't, well, I kind of overplucked, which I got distracted. But I kind of overplucked a little bit, but I don't fill them in. I don't do too much with my eyebrows because I like to keep them a little more natural looking. I don't like that super fluffy look. So I'm just going to go in with this e.l.f. brow pencil. This is the Instant Lift brow pencil, and you can find this one almost at every drugstore. And this one is not new, but this is the one that I use on a regular, everyday basis. So I just go in with the pencil. Well, I just go in and brush my brows out, and then I go in with the pencil side. And I don't know if it has a shade on here. I'm not sure what shade. Oh, here we go. This is in the shade Taupe. And I like my eyebrows to look light. I don't like very super heavy, dark brows. So I just go in very lightly and I sweep where I want my eyebrows to look filled in because, you know, from the younger years of over plucking, I've kind of lost some of the fullness in my brows. So I just kind of fill them in a little bit with this pencil. So now that I just filled them in a little bit with the eyebrow pencil, I just brush them out some more. Just to kind of... So I just brushed them out a little more after I filled them in. And that's how I like my eyebrows to look. So sometimes I will grab a, well, when I have colored hair, and my hair's kind of like a dusty rose color right now, I'll go in with a, I'll go in with like an angled brush, and I'll go with a shadow that's similar to my hair color. And I'm going to use, since I'm going to be using this palette by this palette by Milani, I'm going to take this lighter brown that's in this palette, and it's an eyeshadow. And I'm just going to dip an angled brush in there. I want to see how light this is on my eyebrows. I'm just going to go in. And that is pretty light. So I'm going to go in with the, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in a little bit. I just go over my eyebrow with that shade just to kind of bring the eyebrow color in to kind of match my hair. So I'm just going to go and fill that in a little bit. And this color is a little too light. I usually use a shade that I have from the Huda Beauty Naughty palette. I usually use that, a shade in there to fill in my eyebrows because it matches really well with my hair color right now. But I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm just going to go in with this darker shade and fill it in a little more. Oh yeah, this shade matches my hair a little better. The other one was a little light and brown. This one has more of the mauve shades that I have in my hair. So I'm just going to fill my eyebrows in a little more. Okay, so now that I filled those in with that shadow. I'm just going to brush them out again. And I usually go in with my CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. But I don't think this one is as new as this new one that I've been seeing a lot, which is the brow glue, which is kind of like a gel. So I don't use this one that much just because I don't like that super sticky feel. But I'm just going to go on with this one and just lightly comb through my hairs. See, I don't like how it sticks. I don't like that look of brows that stick up like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I never follow those brow trends. I always try to keep it as natural as possible. Or, you know, not too wild. So this is good. This is a good, I feel like this would be good for people who really like that look where they like look they're frozen up. I don't really, like I said, I don't really go for that look, but if you want to keep them in place, this definitely is a good product for that. So yeah, you can find this one. I think I seen it. I picked this one up at Walmart, so you can find it at Walmart, Ulta. But I mean, it's not a bad product for eyebrows, especially if you love those frozen, sticking up eyebrows. That eyebrow trying where your eyebrows look like they're sticking up. So that's it for the eyebrows. Now I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. Well, since I did not like that concealer from Maybelline, I'm going to go in with my favorite. And I got this one in a lighter shade. I kind of like to use this one for brightening or base. So this is the 16-Hour Camo Concealer by e.l.f. And I'm just going to go ahead and prime my lids. Or I'm just going to add a little dot. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, since I already have quite a bit of product on my lids. And I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush and blend that out some. And I just want this so I can have something for my shadows to stick onto. I'm just going to go in with that beauty blender and blend it out some more. Like I said, this is a hard one to get into small areas, but it is nice to cover a lot of, if you want to, this is a good one for your face when you want to get it all covered up pretty quickly. You just pinch it, just pinch the end a little bit, and then you can get into the corners there. Okay, so I did find this one, and this is on the newer side. This is the Milani All-Inclusive Eye, Cheek, and Face Palette. This is a nice one because you have a little bit of everything. You have a mirror, and then you have a little bit of everything. So you have, let's see, you have a highlight, you have bronzer, you have blush, 2 different blush shades, like a matte one and more of a shimmery one. Then you have 3 eyeshadows. So this is a good one for if you want to take it when you're traveling. You have a little bit of everything in this small little palette. It's not very thick or bulky, so I would like to take this one if I was traveling anywhere. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a fluffy brush, and I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer just to kind of bronze my face up a little more. I mean, I still kind of see the contour that I used, which was not too bad. So I'm just going to bronze a little bit. A little bit on the sides of my nose just to kind of bring my nose in a little bit. A little bit on my double chin just to kind of disguise and bring it down to the neck. Like I said, I don't use a lot of bronzer and contour. So I think that's good for now. And then I'm going to go in with the same fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to try this darker blush first. And I'm just going to dip my brush in there. And oh, that is very pigmented. So a little goes a long way, as you can see. I like a lot of blush, so I don't mind it. But if you, yeah, you want to be careful because this is a lot of blush. A little bit on my nose, and I keep it up towards the temples, not too far down here because you don't want to drag your face down. You want to make your face look lifted. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a different powder brush just to kind of blend out some of that because I did kind of go crazy, and this is very pigmented. So yeah, definitely a good blush quality. And then I'm just going to bring a little more of that back in. Then I'm going to go ahead and go with, I'm just going to take that blush that I used for the bronzer, and I'm going to go in with that more pearly blush. And I'm just going to go over it. And this one has a nice sheen to it. Yeah, this is a very pretty blush. And just go over with a clean or a powder brush that you used for your setting powder, just to kind of blend it out so you don't look too crazy. Yeah, I really like that blush. And then I'm just gonna go in with that same brush that I used for the blush. I'm gonna go in with that highlight. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a smaller blush brush and I'm gonna go in with that highlight. And I'm just gonna set it right above that blush. And this highlight is very pigmented, you guys. I don't know if you can see the sheen. That's very pretty. I have to say, this is definitely worth it so far when it comes to the blushes, highlight. Yeah, that highlight is very pretty. Blushes are beautiful. Yeah, definitely recommend this palette. I think it did come in like 2 shades. So this is the only one I could find, so I just picked this one up. So for next, I'm going to, I did pick up some new brushes from, well, I don't know if they're new, but I don't think they're new, but I picked up some new drugstore brushes from Ulta, which from the Morphe collection. So I will link those down below. I'm going to use these brushes to do my shadow look for today. So let me take these out of the packaging and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I got everything out the packaging, I'm going to go ahead and I'll start with my eyeshadow. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe 504 brush, and I'm going to tap into that very top shade, which is the lighter brown in that Milani palette. And I'm just going to tap off some of the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my crease. I really don't know what look I'm going to do. I mean, it's nice that you have 3 shadows here. I wish it would have had like a lighter shade just to apply to the underneath the brow bone. So I don't know how I feel about not having that shade. You still would probably need another shade if you were to take this one and want to create a nice look. But so far the pigmentation and blending is very nice with this eyeshadow. Very creamy, easy to blend. And I'm going to bring it in and all the way up to my brow and a little bit further up towards the outer, just to create that blended look. So I'm just blending, and I'm not really being neat with it. I'm just kind of going crazy because I want it to blend up into my eyebrow because I don't have that lighter shade to apply underneath. So I'm just kind of blending like big circles and kind of all over the place. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I just keep picking up a little more product, and I'm just going all over that eyelid space. And I'm bringing it out towards my temple. So now I'm going to go in with my Morphe M167. Sorry, there is a little bit of fallout on the palette. I mean, not too crazy. I don't really see any on my face, but I do see some fallout on the palette, which is fine. I'm going to go in with this brush, and I'm going to go in with that middle shade, which is a nice little shimmer. It's like a nice bronzy shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. It's very nice and buttery, and it's kind of a coppery rose gold type color. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to see how it applies without getting it wet, just on the brush itself. And I'm just going to put that all over the lid. And there is some fallout from this shade. I can see it kind of kicking back and falling out into my face. So you might want to be careful. I'm going to try using my finger because it's kind of having a hard time blending out on my eyelid. So I'm just applying that all over the eyelid, up to where my eyelid creases. I'm just going back in with the brush to get it packed on as best as I can. It doesn't look as shimmery on the eyelid as it did when I swatch it with my finger. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe my brush on a baby wipe just to kind of get it a little wet. I'm going to go back in with that shadow to see if that will help bring out some of the shimmer. And I don't really see much of a difference. So I'm going to do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I applied that shade all over my lid, I'm going to go back in with that first brush, and I'm going to go back in with that first eyeshadow on the very top. And I'm just going to blend it in a little more. Just blend in where the eyelid shade meets that crease shade, so it doesn't look too harsh. I'm just blending it in. Blending it up. And now I'm going to go in with that darker shadow. I'm taking that same brush that I used with the first shadow. And I'm just putting a little bit on, and I'm going to go on the outer corner just to deepen up that V. And then I'm just going to kind of blend it in towards my inner corner. And do the same on the other eye. Just to deepen up that outer V. Kind of blow it out a little bit. And bring it down and in. And I think I'm going to go in with the bronzer. I'm just going to add that right on top to see if that deepens it up just a little more. And this is a nice everyday, like a soft glam look I think that we're going to be going for today, just by what I've picked up today. So now I'm going to go in with a smaller fluffy brush. This is the M433 by Morphe. And I'm just going to tap my brush into that first shadow on the top and tap off. And then I'm going to go right underneath my lash line, just to create a soft, smoky under eye. And flick it up and out. I'm going to do the same on the other eye. And I'm kind of bringing it down quite a bit because I noticed that my under eye is a little creasy. Not too bad, but I mean, just to kind of disguise some of that creasing. I'm just going to blend it out kind of low. And then I have a little bit of fallout, so I'm just going to go ahead and swipe it off with a fluffy brush. Now I'm going to go in with that darker one at the bottom, same brush, and do the same thing. I'm just going to keep it a little further out towards the outer eye. I'm not going to go all the way in to my inner corner, just to my outer half. I'm just going to keep smoking that out. And I like how that looks. It looks nice and soft. Oops, poke my eye. It looks nice and soft. So now I'm going to wipe that brush off some. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wipe off that flat brush that I used to apply the shimmery shade on my eyelid. So I'm just going to wipe that off on a baby wipe. And I'm going to go in with that highlight, and I'm going to highlight my inner corner of my eye. And it's a little bronzy, but I kind of want it a little brighter, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to go in with a smaller brush just to really get into my inner corner. I'm going to take a smaller flat brush. And yeah, that helped kind of place the color a little more intense. Bring it down to the lower inner corner. Okay, and I think that's it for the eye. I'm just going to go with the highlighter again in that fluffier brush. I'm just going to go right underneath just to kind of brighten up that under eye, or that brow bone area, just to give it a little more dimension. This is a really pretty color, pretty highlight. Now a little more, just right here. And I think that's it for the eyeshadow. So far I like it. So now I'm going to go in with this, I'm going to go in with this new So Fierce Chrome Ink liquid liner by Revlon. I'm just going to take that out the packaging. And this is a nice chrome color. Let's see. Sorry, I didn't get to see. Bronzage is the name, 902. I think they did have a purple one and I don't know if, I didn't see a black one. So I don't know if this is a powder or what. Let's see. Oh no, this is like a nice kind of a gel or liquid liner. I don't know, it kind of has a sponge type applicator. I don't think I've seen one like that, but it's like a nice bronzy eyeliner. I'm going to see how it looks up next to my lash line. You know, I don't know if it's going to show up too much because I already have a bronzy eyeshadow look. So I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. But I kind of see the line there. It's nothing too... You probably would want to wear a light makeup look. I can see it very slightly. I'm just going to flick it out just a little bit. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. But it's very subtle, and this is very... I mean, it seems kind of dry. Like, I feel like this product's going to dry out right away. So, I don't know. I feel like this, like I said, I feel like this would be pretty with just a plain, clean eyelid. Or very light makeup. Because it's blending in quite a bit with this bronzy look. I'm going to flick it out. Bring it back down. Yeah, I don't see much of a difference with that. Well, I kind of can now that I get closer to the light. But okay, so that's it for that. I don't know, not too impressed with that one. But it was worth a try. So next I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild. This is the breakup proof, waterproof, retractable eyeliner. This is a new one. So I'm going to give that a shot. And I'm going to put that in... I think I'm going to apply that in my waterline. I see how well it lasts. My waterline, my eyes are very watery, so I don't do a lot of eyeliner too, you know, and even when I do, it kind of disappears just because my eyes are so watery. but this is applying very smooth. I'm surprised, and it's very black. So that's that's pretty intense for Wet n Wild. So I'm impressed. Now we'll have to do, maybe I'll do a wear test. Maybe I'll come back later today, or even in the description I'll let you guys know how well this makeup lasted throughout the day. Because right now it's about 1 p.m. So I still have some errands and things to run later on today, or once I'm done with this video. So maybe I'll come back, or like I said, right in the description, and see how well these products lasted or how my makeup held up throughout the day. I can already tell that this eyeliner is going to be pretty good. So I already lined the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do the top because I am going to apply some falsies and mascara. So I'm just going to go ahead and line the top of my waterline. Wow, I really like this so far. I hope it lasts really well, because I will pick up some more if they do. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with this new mascara by CoverGirl. This is the Clean Blast, or the Lash Blast Clean Volume Mascara. This is supposed to be a clean formula, so no parabens. It's formulated with no parabens, sulfates, talc, or mineral oil. It's smudge proof, and it's supposed to give you good volume. And I got the shade Very Black. And this is what it looks like. This is the brush. I do like rubbery type brushes. If you do know, I do have a review on this Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This is also a very popular one, a very viral one right now. I do love this mascara so far. I have been using it since I did that review, and I have nothing bad to say about it. And usually my favorite mascara is the Telescopic by Maybelline. I can't find it here. Oh, I think I have it right here. This is the one I usually use. I've been using this one for years, and I've always used high-end and tried different ones, and I always go back to this one. And this one actually so far has taken over, and I've been using this one for so long. I still use this one every now and then, but I do. So if you want to try a nice good mascara for lengthening, this one for sure. And this one it does give a lot of volume, and it does hold up your curl really well throughout the day, and it doesn't flake and smudge. So I do recommend both of those mascaras if you're looking for a good drugstore mascara. So let's go ahead and try this one out. I'm not too worried about how it's gonna work, just because I am gonna apply false lashes. So I mean, either way, if I don't get a good look, like a good volume and length like I usually like, I mean, it's fine. I'll throw some lashes on anyways. But I mean, it would be nice if it turns out to be a good mascara, because now I can add that to my collection of my favorite mascaras. So let's go ahead and try it out. So I'm just going to go to the base and wiggle and look. I like to look down at a mirror and then put it at the base of my lashes and wiggle, because I like to coat all the lashes, just because, you know, sometimes when you get powder on the top of your lashes, you want to make sure you get all that covered up with the black mascara. So far it's actually not too bad. I noticed now that I got the mascara on, it kind of brought out the bronziness of the eyeliner that I applied close to my lash line. So maybe I just needed some mascara to bring it out a little more. But so far, this brush is a little chunky, but it's grabbing, the little spikes are grabbing all of my lashes. So that's a plus. I don't know if you guys can see. And that's just with one coat. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but that's not bad. I'm kind of impressed. This formula is not super liquidy and not super dry, just kind of in the middle. And I love, you know, I don't always judge a mascara by the first use, because I feel like sometimes mascaras get better with every use, just because sometimes when the formula dries out or there's not so much sticking to the brush, like, it gets better. But so far, I'm impressed with this mascara. It's giving me volume. It's curling my lashes up. Sorry, I kind of switch back and forth from eye to eye. I don't know, I can get a little closer just so you guys can see. Maybe I'll have to do a review just on this mascara alone, because I'm impressed. I love how it's not making my lashes too chunky. Like, one thing I don't like about mascaras is when they give you like that little ball at the end of each lash. I don't know. I don't like that look. And this brush is pretty nice about combing that mascara through. I am impressed. Maybe, like I said, I'll do a review just on this mascara with no eye, like with very little eye makeup, just so you guys can see. I like how soft and creamy it feels brushing it in, and I'm just going back and forth. And yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I feel like this eye is kind of, you always have that one eye that's good at, you know, good. It's nice and pretty and flipped up, and then you always got that one eye that just, you gotta work extra hard to get it to work. And I don't really use a lash curler, because I feel like my lashes do not work well with those. Like, I feel like when I curl my lashes, they curl, and then as soon as I get the mascara on, like, they go straight. So usually I don't use a lash curler on my lashes. But I am impressed, you guys. I'll come back and do my bottom lashes with this one. So let's go ahead and go for the next thing. So the next thing I got are these Eylure London Definition lashes. And these are very pretty and like fluttery. So I got these in the style 126. Ooh. I dropped my glue. I guess it comes with a little tiny baby glue. How cute is that? I don't know how easy it's gonna work with because it's so little. But I did get these, and it comes with glue. And then I also grabbed a glue from the same brand, which is the Eylure 18-hour lash glue clear finish. And this is a quick drying, botanically infused, cruelty-free, and it's dermatologically tested. So that's good. Let's see what else. It says clear lash adhesive, latex free. So if you're allergic to latex, this would be a good option. So let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so now I got my lash glue out and my lashes out of the packaging. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the glue on the lash band. And I like to do a nice, I don't know how I feel about this wand. I don't know if it's supposed to be. It's just like a hard wand. I'm used to the Kiss one, which kind of has like a brush and it's soft, but I mean. Okay, so I did take my glue and my lashes out of the packaging. Make sure you measure them to fit your eyelashes and trim them down. So I went ahead and applied my glue to my lash. And you want to make sure that you kind of move these lashes around because they are very stiff. So you want to kind of give them a little more of a curve. So I'm just going to go ahead. It says that this glue is dry. It dries fast, so about 20-30 seconds before you apply. So I'm going to go ahead and apply. I do have a mirror down here that I'm looking at just so I can see what I'm doing a little easier. I do have a video on how to apply your false lashes. It's a pretty quick video. It's not a very long video. So if you kind of want to learn my tricks on how to apply your false lashes to make it easier. But I just went ahead and applied my lashes, and now I'm just going to press them together with my natural lashes. Just to see. I'm just going to grab my tweezers and press them together a little more. Just so they blend in with my natural. These lashes are very beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I already got my lashes on, and I did apply some mascara to my bottom lashes. So I think that's it for the eyes. So far I am loving these lashes. They are very pretty and fluttery, and I love them. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe off my makeup that's on my lips. And I did have some chapstick. Sorry, I have a little bit of makeup there. I did have some chapstick on my lips, and I was using the lip repair, the O'Keefe lip repair unscented lip balm for all day moisture and one use. So I do like this one. I mean, I've had better lip treatments or whatever, but I mean, it's not bad. I like it. I'll keep using it. So I did wipe that off because now I'm gonna do my lips. So for new lip products that I found this. I know NYX has some new shades in their lip liners, lip pencils. So I did find this lip pencil by NYX in the color Nude Beige. So I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with this one because I am going to be going in. And this one is, well, it's not showing up too much on my lips. It's almost the same color as my lips. So I'm just going to line my lips, and I'll be right back. So I went ahead and lined my lips with that lip liner, and now I'm going to go in with the new CoverGirl Outlast Ultimate liquid lipstick in the shade Wine O'Clock, and it's just like a nice, beautiful red color. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my lips now. And this is a liquid lipstick, a matte liquid lipstick. Sorry, I got some hair in my way. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill in. I can already tell that this liquid lip is going to be very drying. It feels very dry already. And it kind of has a plasticky smell to it. So I'm going to finish lining my lips and filling them in. Okay, you guys, so now I got that liquid lip on. And it feels really dry, and it took me a good 3-4 layers just to get it on as good as I wanted it. And it's still kind of drying. I did notice that the formula is kind of chunky. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but you see the end of the tip of the brush, it has like a big old chunky glob of it. I don't know if that's just part of the formula just to keep it 24 hours, to last 24 hours as it claims on the bottle. Like I said, I will go back when I'm editing this video. I will put in this description an update of how everything held up. I mean, I love the shade. I do say if you have very dried, cracked lips, it will enhance that. You could always throw a gloss over or maybe like a chapstick just to give it a little more moisture. But it's a little sticky. I think it's still drying. It's probably going to take a while to dry just because it is really a thicky kind of chunky texture. But yeah, I think that's it for the look, you guys. What a difference from no makeup to makeup. The power of makeup, you guys, it's crazy. But I love makeup and all. I'll always wear it no matter how old I get. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and do a final review on everything that I used today. So let's go ahead and start off with, let's see. Well, to begin with was the base that I wore, what I used to prep my skin to moisturize. I definitely recommend you guys pick this one up. This is a very good brand. It's a very clean brand. And this was very nice and hydrating to start off, you know, to end off the prepping of my skin. So I do recommend that. For the Milani Illuminating Primer, it felt really nice and creamy and soft. And I mean, it did give me that illuminating look when I applied it. Do I still look like I have a illuminating coming from the bottom underneath my foundation? Not really. But I mean, it's supposed to help your foundation last also. So we'll see how good that holds up for the rest of the day. So that's that. And for this L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Pro Matte Foundation, I am actually surprised. Like I said, I usually use my Revlon one when it comes to drugstore, and I really do love that one. Oh, another one I wanted to mention. This is another one that's very popular. I have not been able to use it just because the only color I could find was a little dark for me. But I do like it on top of foundation. I don't recommend using it just by itself on your skin, but I feel like it's very filtering and it's very good coverage. I do maybe I should try this on top of this one if I could find a shade that is a little lighter. Maybe I'll do a review on that. Tell me if you guys want that. Comment down below and let me know if you want to see a wear and test or a review on maybe these two together, since this is a popular viral one right now. But as far as the foundation, I like it. I do like that it's very full coverage. And it says medium coverage, possibly full coverage with enough coats, but I mean the coverage is very good. What I do notice though, I don't know if it's part of the primer, but I do notice some already settling into my lines a little bit, and it does look a little dry and cakey. So maybe if I try a different primer or no primer, since I'm used to not using primer, maybe it won't do that. I mean, it doesn't look super bad, but I mean, I will definitely keep using this one. I like this, and I'm going to try to make it work because I do like that it's very, very matte, and it does dry down well. Like, it doesn't leave you feeling sticky after. So I do like that one. I will continue to use that one. And next is let's see, the beauty blenders, or the makeup sponges, because these are not beauty blender brand. But for this Sonia Kashuk one, it is a good one if you are allergic to latex. So definitely a good option. I did like how it applied my foundation, considering that I do not like these kind of sponges to do my foundation. I was impressed with it, and it's very big, so it does help get all your face covered right away. I do think I will keep using this one just to see if maybe it will change my mind and I'll start using this instead of a makeup foundation brush. As far as this one, it's very smooth. Oh, look, I still have a lot of powder still stuck on it. For powder, I feel like I felt like most of the powder stayed stuck on to this sponge, and as you can see, it's still kind of stuck in there. Maybe if I would have used it dry, it would help. I don't know. Oh, I see it kind of laying down a little bit, but I think I'll have to keep using it a little more just to see how I like it. I like this one a little more, but I'll keep using it to see what I think about it. Next for face was this Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage. Not a fan. I don't recommend. It did not do any brightening. It did not do any concealing. I feel like it didn't conceal at all. It was just kind of, I felt, unless it was the sponge picking the product back up, but I don't recommend this one. I mean, this one is probably even cheaper, the e.l.f. Camo, and it's very hydrating and very concealing. It does brighten up my under eyes. So I would definitely prefer this e.l.f. one over this one. So I'm gonna have to say no on that. For, let's see, for this palette by Milani, definitely a good palette. I will definitely keep using this one. I do recommend it. I love how you have a little bit of everything. Like I said, for traveling, you will like this one because you won't have to bring so many different products. So I do love the pigmentation, and they're very buttery, very pigmented, easy for blending. So I definitely recommend, and multi-use, because as you see, I used it to fill in my eyebrows. So definitely a good find. So I do like that one. For eyebrows, I did use, like I said, I did use this one, which is a very popular viral one. I do recommend, if you like to keep your eyebrows in place, if you like that super swept up look, that gel feel, I recommend. I mean, it'll keep your eyebrows in place. Let's see. For the contour stick, I think it's good. It's good for beginners, or for if you like to do your makeup quick. I mean, it's not a bad product. Like I said, I don't contour much, so I mean, it's not like a big deal for me to have this product or not. But if you're somebody who likes to contour, very easy to apply, and it was easy to blend out. So, I mean, I'll keep using it just to see if, you know, if I can get into the contouring routine. But that's not something that I usually use, so. But it was good. For the next product, let's see. We got the CoverGirl Lash Blast Clean. I recommend this one so far. I love how well the brush grabbed all my lashes and coated them all very well. It gave me length, it gave me volume. It kind of helped my lashes curl up. We'll see how it does throughout the rest of the day. I am having a little bit of flaking, so I don't know if that's from the mascara or from me, you know, applying my lashes. So we'll see. I just really applied it, so we'll go ahead and do a wear test. I'll like I said, I'll link it down below in the description how everything held up. But I mean, for the price, it's clean. It's, you know, no parabens, sulfates, talc, or mineral oil. I mean, that's good if you're into clean beauty, and if you have very sensitive eyes, you know. I mean, even if you get a little bit of flaking in your eye, or, you know, it won't irritate it as much just because it's clean. So I will continue to use this one, and maybe I'll do a review on its own of it. Let me know if you want that down below. So next would be the Revlon Chrome Ink. Like I said, I feel like it blended in with the eye makeup that I already had, just because I already have that kind of chrome look going on. So, but I mean, for applying, it was very easy to apply. The formula was kind of like dry, not very liquidy, but I mean, I guess I'll try it again, maybe with a different eye color or eyeshadow color, see if you can see the difference. But I mean, I don't think it's worth picking up. I mean, I've seen other things that work better than this, so it was all right. For this lip product, for right now, I mean, I'm not noticing no transfer. Now that it's set in, it feels nice and comfortable on the lips. So this might be a good product. We'll see how it lasts, like I said, throughout the day. But I mean, for the price, and the color is beautiful. So I like it. If I do like the way it wears, maybe I'll get some more colors and test them out. But so far, I mean, at first I was kind of not liking it. But now that I'm looking at it, it's set pretty well. The color looks beautiful. So I like it so far. Now for the Wet n Wild gel eyeliner, retractable eyeliner. So far, it's holding up. Usually, my eyes are very watery, so I'm sure within 5 minutes, I already can tell if something's going to work good for my eyes or not. And so far, from what I can see, it's still in place. It's still very dark. It's not chipping. It looks really good. I have a feeling that I am going to like this one. For the price, I definitely so far like it. I usually use the Marc Jacobs one, and these are like a $27 pencil. So if this, and I almost want to say this one looks even better in my waterline. It looks even more pigmented, and it's staying on very well. I might start using this one instead of that Marc Jacobs. So far, I like this one. I have a feeling I'm going to keep using that one. Oh, for the NYX lip liner, I mean, I use NYX lip liners all the time. this shade was pretty close to the same tone of my lips. So, I mean, I didn't notice too much of a difference. But, I mean, the formula is good. I mean, I'll keep using it. I love NYX lip liners. So, you can't really go wrong with them. And then for the Morphe makeup brushes, for the price, definitely a good price. They feel very good, you know, good quality for the price. And they applied my eyeshadows very well. So, I'll keep using them. Definitely a good investment. For this Maybelline Lasting Fix, for the hype that I've been seeing on TikTok, I was not impressed at all. It didn't really brighten my makeup. It didn't really, I mean, my under eyes look good, but I do have a little bit of that Maybelline Fit Me. I almost feel like I would prefer this one over that one. And I mean, you have a little more product in it. And this one, you can use it all over your face. And it gives you a nice, you know, it blurs out your texture. And I don't know. If I were to pick one, I would definitely pick this one over this one. This one, not so much. I'm going to keep using this one, and I'll finish up this one since I already used it and opened it. But I would definitely recommend this one for sure. And I think that is it. Did I talk about the... Oh, no, I didn't talk about the lashes. These lashes are very pretty. I am actually really shocked because I've been using some really big ones. And these ones are big, but they're not super... Like, they're not super overwhelming. Like, they look beautiful for everyday. Even if for just, like, an everyday glam look like this. Like, I like it. I like how they're placed. I like how the way this packaging is. When you take it off, it doesn't, like... I don't know if you've noticed when you take your lashes off and they have, like, that full little rounded spot. When you're taking it off, you kind of have to pull a little harder to get it off. And sometimes I end up ripping like the edges of my lashes off, just trying to pull it off. And the way that this is set up, like you kind of just pull them off pretty easily. So very nice quality. I love the way they look. They look very glam. Easy to take off the packaging. They're very easy to manipulate to kind of bend them to your eye shape. So I do recommend those, and I'll probably purchase some more of those. As far as the glue is really nice. And considering that it is quick drying, it did feel quick drying, so I was able to put my lashes on the lash, or put the glue on the lash, stick it right on, and it stayed well. Didn't pop up, and I didn't have a hard time like trying to fight with it to get it to stick on. So it does dry pretty quickly, help them attach pretty easily. And it's latex free, so that's also another good thing. Latex free and cruelty free. So definitely a good buy. I'll probably keep using this one. I almost like it a little more than the, what is it that I use? Not the Kiss. I do like the Kiss, the lash, liquid lash liner by Kiss. Oh, I can't find it. Well, I'll let you know in the next video that I do my lashes, which one. The Duo, actually. It's the Duo. I like this one more than the Duo. The Duo takes a little longer to set, so you can put it on. So this one was a lot easier and more fast to get it done. My lashes, I applied them pretty quick with that glue. So I definitely recommend that glue. So I think that is everything, you guys. This video turned out way longer than I was hoping it to be, but I hope you guys stick through the whole thing. If you did, you're the bomb, because this was a long video. I hope you guys liked the makeup look that I came up with. Let me know what you think. Is there anything you guys want me to review? I mean, like I said, there's so many makeup products out there. I don't know. You can kind of have a hard time keeping up with them.